Hey guys, so check this out. I know I said earlier we were done from fragrances from the house at day 3, but shout outs to my boy Kix. He came through and he was like, yo, SB, I got a fragrance that they discontinued from day 3. So we got one more bonus for you. Strap up.
Okay, for two. I watch that head move side to side as I let the sin into the room. You were on top, let's connect minds. Trying to get into a mood. We gon' be fine. Close up the blinds, no rush. Finish the food.
All right, welcome to the Scent Bubble. I am your host for the afternoon. Hey, listen, guys. I don't know what the scoop is on this fragrance, and I don't want to quote Kix exactly, but pretty sure he told me this was like a release that was quite limited because it was discontinued. I don't see it on their website. I don't see it available. So what I'm guessing is that maybe it had a note or two in it that was banned, or maybe the release got pulled from the shelf for reasons we don't know. Sometimes they have to readjust formula based off access to materials and things like that. So I know in my experience with Michael, because I know the perfumer pretty well by now. I go into their boutique at least once every other week or so just to say hi, and I'm very familiar with their line, and my family has their fragrances and stuff like that. And many of you on this channel have purchased bottles due to the reviews I've done on this channel, which is awesome. I know that he uses really high-end raw materials with his fragrances, and so maybe there was a particular set of raw materials that was limited access or no longer accessible, or I don't know the story. I'm going to ask him next time I see him, and I'll clarify that on the community page. But from the house of day 3, this is Midnight Whisper. And I know nothing about this. So again, shout outs Kix for giving this to me. That is awesome whenever I could smell a day 3 fragrance. Let's hit the test strip. And we're going to load up on skin. Let that dry down. And immediately, some of the things you need to know about day 3 is some of the best sillage in the planet. Always solid longevity, sometimes gargantuan longevity. High quality, pristine scent profiles. For how expensive and the longevity and all the other boxes they check, I'm surprised how commercial they feel. They don't feel like cheap designers. They feel like mass appealing niche fragrances for the most part. They do have some that are more challenging, like for instance, the Philosophia, which I believe plays with oud. But for the most part, they make fruity scents, rosy scents, tropical scents, you know, mainly playing with rose, fruits, citruses. But all the fragrances are designed after memories, food, and culture. And so they're always going after the scent of something or a place, right? And so it's just, in my experience with the house, a lot of the offerings tend to be citric, fruity, floral, and rosy. So I'm excited to see what this older release smelled like, because in the air, I'm getting rose. I'm going to hit it one more time because it seems quite light. It definitely smells very day 3-ish, for lack of better words. It smells like a light kind of powdery, damp rose fragrance. For those of you who don't know, there's quite a few rose fragrances from there so far. The main one notably is Downtown Deja Vu, but also the newest release, the collaboration with Megan something, I forget. They did a fragrance called Royal Reflection, which is a very simple, minimalistic approach to oud, or to rose. This feels powdery. Not iris powdery, but just damp, airy but damp, powdery weight to it. Woody, rosy. It's not a comical like comic book style. It's not an animated rose. It's also not a supernatural rose. It's somewhere in between. It's a very gentle rose with a good deal of personality in it. It dries to a very powdery dampness where rose doesn't seem as much important. It gets more woody, almost even a light spice. I'm interested to just dive right into the note breakdown. So lime and bergamot. It does have a lime bergamot freshness lift to the fragrance in the opening. On skin, it's faint, you know. I'm surprised how soft this feels on skin compared to the test strip. Because it feels very day 3-ish, you know, like almost like a cross between their fragrance Escandalo and Downtown Deja Vu. And I even have Deja Vu pulled up because it reminded me of it right off the bat. So there's some similarities in the heart and in the top. Musk, vanilla, oud. Whereas here it's musk and then we go linen and suede. Cotton candy. Huh. So maybe Downtown Deja Vu is really an evolution of Midnight Whisper. I'll talk to him about that. They do feel close, though I feel Downtown Deja Vu is a lot better of a formulation. It feels more robust, more complex, more detailed than this. This kind of dries down to a very faint, like slight vanilla with some lime and bergamot. I'm not getting as much of oud or whiskey. It is very sandalwoody. It's like dominantly sandalwood. It's sandalwood and rose, essentially. It is a good scent, easy to wear. It's about as easy to wear as Bonnie in terms of it being genderless. I think it leans a little bit feminine. But I know almost all their scents are unisex, so... What do they classify this as? Elegant, luxurious, stunning, and captivating. Midnight Whisper, sophisticated blend of crimson rose, creamy sandalwood. There it is. Aged bourbon and just a touch of rich vanilla. Yeah, I mean, it's really nice. It's really nice. Yeah, it's just a soft, easy to wear fragrance that leans feminine to me. It's not it's an 8 to me. It's not loud and proud. This is kind of like a whispering sillage, but it's called Midnight Whisper. And honestly, it smells like it, you know, almost like a really beautiful woman in a nightgown walking around the house late at night in a mansion or something. Like, it's like somewhat natural skin scenty, but also maybe she didn't get all of the cosmetics off her skin in the shower. You know, it kind of has a powder to it. And yeah, you know, it's very mid. I don't think it's average. I think it's above average just due to the quality and the composition, but I don't think it's exciting. It's not, it's extremely gentle. I feel it is a very casual scent, but not casual in composition. It's hard to explain. Casual meaning the vibe feels very angelic and casual. It doesn't feel very like, despite them describing it as luxurious and elegant, it's elegant in its casualness, if that makes sense. Like an elegant casual fragrance. Luxurious, I don't know about that. I just think it lacks some of the richness and detail of a lot of the other scents that have like a lot more punch to them. This ironically has the same softness though as Say Less. I'm really interested in seeing, let's see, Say Less. What is the composition of that? Yeah, so honestly, it's really unique. Like this fragrance feels like a more prototyped version of a hybrid between Downtown Deja Vu and Say Less. So maybe Michael, I don't know what came out before or after, but I'm guessing those came out somewhat after, but who knows? This seems like the prototype of a DNA that has been reworked and eventually made into Downtown Deja Vu and Say Less, because Say Less captures the powdery, soft, gentle skin scent, lipsticky iris, but in a much softer, more luxurious way. But it's brushed with all this citrus to kind of give it a really elegant top and opening to it. Whereas Downtown Deja Vu is richer and more about the rose and all of that. Good scent. I give it an 8 at best. 8 at best. And it's cool to see that fragrance, because I'm amazed at how day 3-ish all the day 3 fragrances feel. Like they have a certain weight, a certain texture quality to the sillage and the longevity. It seems like there's at least one singular familiar note connecting all of them in some weird way. I don't know if it's the musk or the bergamot that they use. Like it's just a certain cleanly elegance to all of the fragrances. So any season, any reason, male or female can wear it. Great sillage. Projection is 2 to 3 feet-ish. Occasions, I think it's a casual fragrance. It's an elegant casual fragrance, but I don't think it really goes up to semi-formal, formal. Date night seems a bit mid for date night. Maybe like a casual date, like a lunch date or a slightly early evening cocktail date type of thing. It might work, but I think it's too close to a skin scent. It feels close to like a diptyque kind of fragrance, kind of this slightly louder than skin scent, natural scent plus other type of composition. Again, I told you what I think it reminds me of, but there's also, it has a very Fleur de Peau diptyque resemblance, but it's louder and more projective than that fragrance. The EDP, of course. And then within their own line, it feels kind of some sort of middle of the road hybrid between their iris fragrance, Say Less, and Downtown Deja Vu, which is a more rose dominant type of fragrance. Is lychee in? I'm going to look up Downtown Deja Vu really quick. So Downtown Deja Vu is rose and iris. Yeah, so interesting. Okay. Anyways, guys, this is an 8 out of 10 fragrance. I definitely think you should get your nose on it. If you loved like Bonnie, which is more of a skin scent, but it still has crazy sillage and insane longevity on it. If you like more of those closer, intimate fragrances that kind of whisper their sillage and aren't loud and over the top and all that, like, because this type of scent could double. I mean, I don't think you have access to this scent really. So maybe they have samples available out there or something that you can get access to. But this is kind of just a bonus clip of a review. You can even see the packaging. Oops, so sorry for that, guys. You can even see in their packaging that Midnight Whisper. You can see this was their old packaging. So I think their bottle presentations even evolved like quite a bit after this, like 1 or 2 times. Yeah, so 3.85 out of 54 votes. So people thought it was mid as well. But it's still got that day 3 elegance. This was a treat to try. What does it remind people of? Baranda? No way. Absolutely not. Man, sometimes these are spot on. Sometimes they're not. Anyways, guys, let me outro. I'm making love to the track right now. Like, comment, and subscribe. More importantly, turn on that notification bell so you can stay informed. I drop fragrance reviews, game shows, entertainment. You guys know how I do. The memoirs. I'm really trying to go above and beyond. And ultimately, when I pivot into the membership tier, you got to imagine, like, you got to be asking yourself, what more value could Scent Bubble bring to a membership tier that isn't already provided at the free level? So that's for me to know and for you to find out. That's why I'm taking so long to open up the membership tier community, because I don't want it to be basic. I don't think anyone will be able to copy the formula that I have coming for people who want to support my content while being massively compensated in value and benefits. So anyways, if you're new to fragrance content and all that, we touch on everything. This is where you want to be. All I do is fragrance all day, every day. So give me a free follow for the week, and I guarantee you'll know right away if this is a place you can call home. We welcome you, though. I hope you guys have a blessed rest of your week. And until next time, this was day 3's discontinued release, I believe, Midnight Whisper. Take care.